Okay.
Oh, there's everybody. Okay, cool.
Welcome everyone to the amazing 30-day accountability program with our beautiful, amazing, talented leader, Melody Ryba. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Before I met Melody, I had invested lots and lots of money in training, in coaches, in all this knowledge that was stuck up here. And I had a major Frankenstein business. And I lacked so much confidence. And I just wasn't having the success that I wanted. And I needed someone to help me pull it all together. That's what Melody Ryba did for me. And with this 30-day program, I went from being scattered to now I have so much more confidence. I have way more productivity each and every day and effectiveness. And the results that I'm getting are night and day. And most of all, she's pulled the giant out of me so that I can help other people. My life would not be the same without Melody Ryba. Thank you so much, Melody. Let's give it up for Melody.
Well, thank you so much, Alicia. Super, super proud of you, and so glad to be able to call you partner and to be able to create together and watch you blossom, just like so many people that are popping on here now. Super, super excited to see you all. Hey, welcome to the 30-day accountability. You know, the reason why I shared I created this course was to give you that recipe that Robert shared with me over the last almost 9 years now. And I found that we can share, we can teach, we can give this information to people, but still so many people get stuck in getting the results that they're looking to get, because we got a lot of stuff going up here, right? We've got to change and reframe our thoughts and all of that. And today we're gonna help you do that, because I have got an incredible special guest for you, somebody that I look up to as a coach, and just an incredible man, a great friend. And this guy has been, he was recruited by Tony Robbins. Can you imagine being recruited by Tony Robbins and being mentored by him and learning from him and even coaching for him as one of his, I forget what it's called, Curtis, one of his founding coaches?
I was a founding coach and master elite coach, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. So this is super, super exciting for you guys to be able to be on this call with him today, because not only is he a great coach, but he helps people in the process of his coaching break through the things that are holding them back. So even though we know what to do, many times we know what to do, we just don't know why we're not doing it. So I want to bring to you my good friend, Coach Curtis Phelan, and have him share with you guys today. And I know that if you get out pen and paper, you're going to want to write some stuff down today, because today is the day that you're going to get past some of those things that are holding you back. Everybody give it up for Coach Curtis.
Hey, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Gosh, I'm blushing, but you can't tell because I think everything here right now is red or purple. So thank you so much, Melody. That was an amazing introduction. Thank you so much. And your heart has touched me over the last few years, so tremendously. So it's my honor to be here. And I really, really hope, I see Scott's got a pen, so I'm sure he's got a paper. I see Bobby's got a pen and paper. I'm sure some of you guys, and there's Michelle, Alicia, everybody. Wow, you guys are conditioned. I love it. So the cool thing is, you want to have your pen and paper handy just for when things come to you. What I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to guide you through a process. I actually have some slides so that I won't stick too long in the slides, but good thing we're recording this because you can go back and take yourself through the process I'm going to do tonight, which is going to be pretty cool. So as things come up, just jot them down, because what's really going to help you tonight is, and I really want to thank you all for being on here. I see all you amazing people, and I see you guys, most of you guys a lot, right? You see on the masterminds and things like that. So it's really fun family here. So you're going to want to really engage tonight. A lot of times we sit, we think it's a training, we think we're going to sit and think it out. That's where the problem is, right? We used to say 80% of it is psychology. It's really more like 92%. If we try to think our way out of the thing that got us in there, we're just going right back into it. We call it, in the coaching world, it's called a crazy 8. So it's you've probably heard it this way, the same thinking that got you where you are is not going to get you where you're going. So what does that mean? That means you got to stop thinking. You need to start doing. You need to start changing things in your physiology. You need to start to change neurons in your brain. Because if you keep using the same ones, you're just going to keep getting the same results because you're filtering and all that. So without going into that, let me see. I'm fairly new to this, guy, so I'm used to being one-on-one with somebody and diving deep with them, in their face, in their head, and just making changes. So this is a little different. So bear with me, any technical issues here. I'm going to share my screen, right? And then hopefully I can, oh, here we go. I can do that. Very cool. Oh, there's a whiteboard. I could have used that, I guess. Let's see if we can do this real quick. And hopefully you can still see everybody. Yeah, cool. All right, awesome. See, you don't have to be smart to do this stuff, right? They make it easy. They make it easy. So let me see if I can change this to presenter mode. That might look better. Does that look better for you guys? You see that? Cool. Awesome. All right. And it's tough too. I usually stand up when I'm coaching. So, and I want you guys to give it maximum effort tonight. Okay. What you put into this, you're going to get out. If you just sit there and just listen, it's not really going to do much for you. Okay. So the more you can invest, the more you can put yourself into this, the more you can engage, the more humble and open and honest with yourself that you can be, the better results you're going to get. And I tend to go fast, so I'm going to do my best to slow down. So let's just get going. Let me see hopefully these slides work out for me here. I just threw them together. Here we go. So here we go. So I want you to be open to super genius ideas coming into your mind from this webinar. Okay. So just have that intention. Say, wow, I know, see, I always tell people, set your intention when you get on a webinar, you go to a seminar, you go, whatever you're doing, set your intention of what you want to happen. When you're talking to your clients, right? I think most of you are in network marketing or entrepreneurs or business owners. When you're communicating with someone, when you're reaching out to someone, set your intention of what you want. Most people don't do that. They just show up and say, well, I hope they join. Right? I hope I learned something, right? Set your intention. What do you want from this? You're only going to get what you tell yourself. This is what I want from it. This is what I'm going to get from it. Okay? So have that intention. So I'll speed this up a little bit. All right. So my intention, okay? Here we go. My intention is to deliver a breakthrough in your business on this webinar. Not later, not tomorrow, not next week, not in 90 days. Today. Right? I'm a results coach. It's all about getting results right now. What's going on? What's stopping you? Let's take action. It's all about action, all about results. Okay? So this might be a little different than what we're used to, where we just kind of think about things and learn about things and put a plan together. No, let's take action tonight. Let's stay up late. Let's make stuff happen. Okay? So also, you've heard this probably different ways, but we call it train the trainer. Some of you probably heard ILT, invest, learn, teach, right? We call it train the trainer. So if you have a team, right? Most of you do have a team, right? You want to take what you learned tonight and teach it to others. That's where it gets into your nervous system. So once you get it, once you understand it and you internalize it, the best way to do that is to share it with others. Help others. Don't just keep the stuff for yourself. Oh, I made this breakthrough. I got the secret. Now I'm crushing it. No, share it. Because when you share it, that's when you start to really know it and understand it, and you grow with it, okay? Plus, you're going to help your team. And this is recorded, so maybe Melody lets you share it with your team, right? Help some people. that are struggling, okay? And we have something cool we're going to do here at the end to help all you guys too. So create that culture of training each other. All right, this is just some pictures of my background. I'm a former Marine. I grew up in Boston. Just so you guys know who I am, if you don't know who I am. This goofy guy in the middle recruited and trained me. No, Tony's a good friend of mine. And I'll go over that stuff in a second. And this is my son hiding behind me. He likes to hide in the pics, but that's my amazing son, Jaden. So I just threw those pictures up so you get an understanding of my story. More of my story. These are some of my coaching clients and best friends that I chum around with. Some of you might recognize this guy over here. I don't know how to do the highlighter real fast. Robert Hollis, the amazing. I know you all know him. Everybody knows Robert. He's the man. I actually met him. Those balloons in the background were at Ray and Jessica's baby shower for Sabrina. So we've all been close friends. They live right up the street, actually. These are some of my other coaching clients, Terry, things like that. So I just wanted you guys to know that I've been around this environment for a long time, especially in the network marketing entrepreneur arena. Coached, I don't know, tens of thousands of network marketers, entrepreneurs, salespeople. So, you know, I'm not just like coming in from, oh, I want to call myself a coach. I've been doing this for 18 years, thousands and thousands of clients. Okay. So what I've been doing over the last, well, I'll show you here in a second. Oh, here's my man, Larry Thompson. If you guys don't know who this guy on the bottom right is, look him up. He's the man. Him and Robert are the like echelons in the industry. So, and then my buddy Steve-O. Okay, so here we go. There you go. So this is just a little background, just so you guys, I'm only sharing this because I want you all, you have to have an open mind tonight. And the only way I can do that is for you to trust me. Yeah, have an open mind and just trust me that I know what I'm doing. Okay, that's the only reason. So I've spent the last, I worked for Tony for 3 years, and I spent the last 15 years helping other people build their coaching organizations. So helping them train their coaches, put their platform together. That's why I've been behind the scenes. So I help the coaches, I help sell the coaching, all that junk, right? So that's what I've been doing. And now I've transitioned to being completely on my own. And that's when I started with working with Robert. I don't know if you guys know this, I'm Robert's personal coach. So Robert was building six-figure marketer, and I was his coach. And then we came out of retirement, right? So and here we are, most of us, right? Hopefully all of us. So this is just some of my stuff. You can go back and look at it. Currently, I'm a little crazy right now because I'm doing the cleanse. Because if you see number 6 down here, I'm a current what we call badassador, right? From my buddy Rock Thomas. If you guys want to see an inspiring, just life-altering video, there's over 7 million views now. Go to YouTube and look up Rock Thomas. Rock Thomas. It'll come right up for Goalcast. He did Goalcast wanted to do a video of him. He's Tony Robbins' #1 trainer. And he's been on his own. He's a multimillionaire. He's got 36 multiple streams of income. He's in network marketing and multiple other real estate and all this other stuff. But that video he did is life altering. So I just want to let you guys know that. Go check out his video. This is not a sales thing or anything. It's a personal story that he shares on Goalcast. If you guys don't know Goalcast, Goalcast, they always put out inspiring stories of successful people. So Rock's on there. And I'm working with him. We're doing a cleanse together right now, and we're putting together this mentor program for millionaires. So that's pretty cool. So, and I've personally sold for myself over $2.5 million in coaching. So that just gives you an idea. I kind of know what I'm doing, right? Enough about that crap. So, outcomes for this webinar. So I'm going to help you make a breakthrough in one thing. Okay, I'm going to do my best because I sometimes I just put too much in at one time. So I'm going to do my best to keep it to one thing. One thing. What's that one thing that's been holding you back, stopping you, slowing you down? Maybe you don't know yet. But it'll come out. Okay, so just have that in your mind that, okay, from this webinar, I'm going to change that one thing, whatever it is, it's going to come to me. I'm going to think about it, or I know what it is. Maybe you've known what it is for a long time, right? I'm going to change that one thing that's been slowing me down. Maybe you've been going great. You're doing awesome. But you've slowed down a little bit, or maybe you're stuck, or maybe you're just stopped. You're just like hitting a wall. Okay, we're going to break through that tonight, okay? That's what we're going to do. All right, cool. I don't know why there's a space. I didn't see spaces in my slides when I did it. All right, so if you stick around to the end, which I know you all will, I do this because I did this webinar a while back for some people, and I got some of these slides from there. What Melody has allowed me to do for some of you is give you a skyrocket your network marketing business coaching session, okay, for free. So I'm Melody, okay? I charge $125 a half hour on the phone, okay? And Melody's said, hey, let's give it. Okay, so you guys all get that tonight, all right? Cool. Whoever wants it, okay? So here's what we're going to do on that call. For those of you that want it, we'll talk about it at the end. We're going to create a crystal clear. I know a lot of you guys do a lot of this with Melody, but I mean crystal clear. You're going to be living it, walking it, talking it, vision of your business, your desire, what it needs to be, what you look like, what you feel like. We're going to do all that cool stuff, okay? We're gonna hold on, I think I missed one. Here we go. We're gonna figure out how much money you want to create. Now I went through this too with the new business that we're doing with Robert. I'm like, well, I'm clueless. What do I have to do to earn this amount of income? I need to know that. I come from a sales background. I need to know my numbers. I need to know, okay, I talked to X amount of people today. This is my sales background. I say, if I want to generate a $5,000 check, what do I need to do? I need to know exactly what I need to do. So we're going to put that together. If you don't know it already, you need to know that. It's like, okay, let's just randomly talk to people. No, I know I have to talk to X amount of people a day because this, where I'm at in my growth, in my effectiveness, I know I have to talk to 10 people to get one on the phone. Or I know I need to talk to 100 people to get 10 to watch my video. You need to know that. Of course, you're going to grow and expand, but you need to know that. Hey, who's that, Janessa? Can I hear you? Can you unmute yourself? Who's that? I always get my son on there, so I say hi. Hey, little man, what's up? What's his name?
Wyatt.
Wyatt. Okay, cool. Awesome. Hey, Wyatt. Awesome. Very cool. So we're going to uncover hidden challenges, right? The challenges that we don't even know we don't know, right? Most of that's under the ground, right? Or if you think of the iceberg analogy a lot of people have used in the past. Most of that is, if you think of an iceberg, right? 3/4 of that iceberg is underwater. So what you see on top of the water, right, is just the top surface. That's like our conscious mind. And then what's underneath is our subconscious mind. So we really don't even know. We think we know. We might guess what's going on in there, but we don't really know. So what I'm going to help you do is figure out what it really is. Is it really that? We might say, oh, I know what's stopping me. Do you? Do you really? Let's dig. Let's dig in there deep. Let's go down underneath the water and figure out is that really what it is? No, that's up here. It's something else down here. So we're going to figure that out. And then you're going to leave that session just re-energized. You're going to come out of there like a horse out of the gate, like a racehorse. You're just going to bolt out of that call and just start crushing it. And I'm sure Melody's excited about that if any of you guys are on her team. Awesome. So very cool. So playful out. Here we go. I got to speed this up. Melody, I didn't ask you, how long is this call normally, just to respect everyone's time?
Well, I try to keep it to an hour, but sometimes we go 2 hours or so.
Hour's perfect. No, hour's good. Hour's good. Cool. I just didn't want to I wanted to know my time,
Take your time.
Like when you're on stage, I don't have the counter, So. All right, so here we go. Everybody excited? Get excited, bounce up and down your seat, stand up, jump up and down if you have to. All right. And why I do that, it's not a rah-rah pump-up session. When you get excited, you start using your body, you get this into your body, you get it into your nervous system, right? And you can access that by getting into a specific state. And that's why I'm doing this. So whenever you're learning something, you want to get yourself in a peak state so that when you want to trigger it, you want to remember something, get yourself back into that state. We'll talk about that stuff in a little while, okay? So what do you really want? So write it down. Write it down. What do you really want? I'll do this with you guys. So that I can time how long it takes to write. So what do you really want? Do you want money? How much money? Do you want to help a specific amount of people? Do you have a goal to change 1,000 lives, 1,000,000 lives? Do you want to retire your husband, wife, father, mother, grandparents? What do you really want? Okay. Now, what you write, now keep in mind, we're going to try to keep this to one specific thing if we can so that we can dig a little deep. And whatever you wrote, I want you to question it for a second. Ask yourself, what would that give you? So whatever you wrote down, ask yourself, what would that give you? So what do you want? What would that give you? Is it giving you like a better life? Is it making you happy? Is it to help your children? What is it really going to give you? So that's because that's what you really want. And you can dig deeper later on into this as well and just keep asking that question. What's that going to give me? Well, what's that going to give me? So if you say, well, I want to make more money. Okay, well, great. How much more? Well, I want to hit 5K, 10K in my business this month, for example, right? Okay, what's that going to give you? Maybe it's going to give you a sense of security. Maybe it's going to allow you to leave your job. Maybe it's going to allow you to pay for your kids' back to school clothes. I don't know, right? What is it really going to give you? Those are the things that you really want. Okay, and then to ask yourself, if you had that right now, if you had it right now, the way you just described it, how would that make you feel? How would that make you feel? That's actually the key question. And the first thing that came to your mind is really what you want. It'll make me feel happy. It'll make me feel fulfilled. It'll make me feel certain. It'll make me feel loved, right? And that's usually, if we dig and dig and dig, we want to feel loved. If you ask enough, how will that make you feel? What's that going to give you? How will that make you feel? It always usually comes down to something like that, okay? So just get real clear on what you really, really, really want, okay? Or what is the result you want to produce? You don't have to use all those questions. These are just kind of guiding us through, okay? Now, what you want, I want you to ask yourself, how long have you wanted it? How long have you wanted it? Has it been 6 months, a year, a week? Have you been trying to get that thing that you want for 10 years? What's been preventing you from having it now if you don't want it? What's been preventing you? And if you say, I don't know, Curtis, ask yourself, say, I know I don't know, but if I did know, what would I say? I know I don't know, but if I did know, what would I say? So if I say, what do you want? Say, well, I don't know. Well, that right there is stopping you. That's, that language right there is preventing you. But I know you don't know, but if you did know, what would you want? And what's preventing you from having it? I don't know what's stopping me. I know you don't know what's stopping you. But if you did know, what would be your best guess? It's usually the right answer, the first one that comes up, okay? So I'll speed this up because the more you think, the less real it is, believe it or not. Usually the first thing that comes up is the answer, all right? So here we go. Don't worry, I'm gonna pick up intensity here as we go too, so be prepared. Now, this thing, let me go back, that's preventing you, what is it? Is it, I'm lazy? Is it, are you blaming your kids? You say, oh, I have kids. I did a call for someone recently, and it was, I could just hear over and over, well, I can't do this, I can't do that because I have a 1-year-old. Well, I know a few of you on here that that's not an excuse for it, right? So what is it? What do you say is preventing you? Are you not getting up on time? Are you just not making your calls? Are you just not reaching out to enough people? Are you afraid to talk to people? Are you afraid to do Facebook Lives? Are you afraid to do whatever, right? Ask yourself, what's really preventing you, okay? Figure that out right now. Is it a belief? Do you have a fear? What is that fear? What is that belief? Do you have language patterns like we just talked about? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm frustrated. Whatever, right? What is it for you? Okay? Now, if you don't change that thing, well, first of all, before we go into this, everything we do, okay, is to avoid pain and gain pleasure. Okay? Everything. So if it's disempowering, so if there's a behavior or something we're doing, right, that is preventing us from having what we want, okay, we are doing it because we're getting pleasure from it. It may sound crazy, but let's say, for example, see, it's easier when I do this one-on-one, but let's say, for example, you need to reach out to 100 people a day. You want to really crush it in your business, and you know you need to just reach out to 100 people a day, and you're just not doing it. Why aren't you doing it? Well, I'm afraid to talk to people. They might say no. They might not like me anymore, right? So that thing, whatever it is giving you pleasure. So ask yourself, what is the pleasure, right, that you're getting from not doing that thing? So usually, I won't get hurt, right? Something like, well, if I don't do it, I won't get hurt. Although it is hurting you, right? In the present tense, it's not hurting you right now. You don't have to feel that hurt. You don't have to feel that rejection. You don't have to feel that insecurity, because now they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing that thing. And make you feel this big, So what is that thing you're getting? Now, take that thing you're getting and ask yourself, the pleasure you're getting from that's the problem. It's not the thing, it's what are you getting from not doing it, the pleasure you're getting from that. So let's say you don't make those calls so you don't feel insignificant or you don't lose that relationship. Okay, the pleasure you get from that, what is that costing you? What is that costing you? What are you missing out on? Okay, so now here's where we speed things up. I want you to flow. I want you to think about that thing. It's costing me this. It's costing me that. My kid, what's it costing your children? What's it costing your husband or wife, boyfriend, girlfriend? The people you care about most, what is it costing them? Right? How does that feel? So what we're going to do is take a second. I want you to really look at, what is that costing you? What are you missing out on by letting that pleasure take over in the moment, so that you don't make those calls, you don't reach out to those people? Okay, so this is where we get a little leverage on ourselves. We get ourselves to maybe make a change. All right, so I want you to look at this right now, what this is costing you and what you've been missing out on. If it's been going on 5 years, we're going to go there. Okay, we're going to get some leverage on ourselves. Who will you hurt? Who will you hurt if you don't change this now? Who have you been hurting? How have your kids suffered? This is going to get painful, guys, okay? But trust me, you're going to love the process. Who are you hurt? Who are you hurting now? Is that fair to them? What would you say about someone else? What would you say about someone else that is doing what you're doing to them? I know you're not doing it purposely, but the behaviors that we're doing affect everything around us. So if you're not doing something you know you're supposed to be doing, how is that affecting them? What are the consequences of that for them? For example, if you have children, I have a 7-year-old son. If I catch myself saying stupid crap that doesn't get me what I want in life, what am I teaching him? I almost cried. That's like punching me in the face, right? So I want you to look at your goals and I want you to ask yourself, do you really want that? Are you lying to yourself? What do you really, really want for your kids, for your life, for the world, for your loved ones? What do you really want? Because you're capable of anything, so you know. We're going to go there, okay? But just for a second, I want you to get connected. This shit isn't going to go on after tonight. It's done. You're going to see it, okay? So I hope you don't mind the language. That's to jolt your nervous system, okay? So who would you be if you allow this to continue? Or who are you now? So that pain, the thing that is getting in your way, who are you as that person that allows that? Are you selfish? Are you scared? Are you a scaredy cat? Are you scared? Are you selfish? Are you, what are you? Right? Weak, right? What are those limiting, what is that limiting triad we call it about who you're being that allows that to happen? Because that's not your greatness. That's not who you really are in essence. But that's who you're being, right? That's who we're being. When we're not at our greatness, we're being a certain way. So we need to figure out, who is that? I'm being someone that doesn't give a crap, right? Doesn't give a hoot. I'm being someone that doesn't love my children. I'm being someone that doesn't really, really want to help my mom, who, just lost her job and can't support herself. And I'm selfish and I don't want to call my friends and change their life, because why? Who am I being in that moment? All right, I think enough of that. Aren't you guys glad you're all not cockroaches in Bulgaria right now? You're all awesome, and I did that to break your state, called a pattern interruption, okay? So cool. Aren't you all glad you're not a cockroach in Bulgaria? Or would you like to be a cockroach in Bulgaria? No. Okay, cool. Just making sure you guys are alive. All right, cool. All right, now, can you remember a time, any time in your life, when you felt the way you want to feel? Remember I said, what do you want? You said, I want to feel whatever, excited, energetic, inspirational, successful, wealthy. How do you want to feel? Can you remember one time in your life when you felt like that, or maybe close to that? A time that you were at your greatness. Maybe it was something you did. You graduated from school. You rode your bicycle for the first time by yourself. You tied your shoes for the first time yourself. You hit a rank in your company. Anything. It could be recent. It could be in the past. This is what we call your success model. Every one of us has our own unique success strategy, okay? That's unique to us. There's a specific way we create success in our life, and you need to figure out what that is so that you can duplicate it. There's a way that you perform, like Melody performs differently than Janessa probably performs. Tina probably performs differently than Nicholas performs. For me, if I get pissed off, look out. I'm going to crush it. Right? So it doesn't work for everybody. Anger is a driver for me. Okay? I got to get pissed off, and whatever's in my way, it better move. Right? So for other people, it's different. So we probably don't have enough time to go into figuring out your success strategy tonight. We can do that another time, but you want to figure that out. And the way to do that real quick is just look at a time that you felt whatever it is, however you want to feel. Okay? And you know what that feels like. Get back there now. Maybe you forgot because you haven't gone back there in a long time. So what could you do right now, to feel a little bit more of that? So if you want to feel loved, right? Think of a time when you felt loved right now, right? When you felt really, really loved. And this all comes back to our physiology, our focus, our beliefs, and our language. So think about, if you really want to feel loved right now, how would you breathe, or how did you breathe? Think of a time right now when you felt really, really loved. How did that feel? How did you breathe when you were loved? When you're loved, how do you breathe? Everyone breathes a little bit different. What's your facial expression like when you feel loved? You smile, right? Like Nicholas, there you go, right? Think of that time. I know Nicholas is there. He can feel it, right? How do you feel? What do you say to yourself? Or what does someone else say to you to make you feel loved right now? Okay? What if you need to feel powerful and energetic and excited and successful and outgoing, right? So if you're not doing something because you're not being outgoing, we all are outgoing. It's just, what are you doing? Right? When you choose to be, you can be outgoing if you chose to be. So when you're outgoing, if you need to be outgoing and outreach to people and reach out to everybody, what do you need to do to get yourself there? Right? What are the actions that you need to do to overcome whatever's been stopping you? So for some of you, think about, what is that thing that's been stopping me? Okay? Who do I need to be to get through that? I need to be fearless or courageous, right? I need more excitement, right? I need to wake up more, right? What is that thing that you need to add to your identity to condition it? What are you willing to do to make that happen? Are you willing to get up a little bit early and take better care of yourself? Are you willing to stay up late and make those extra calls late at night when everyone's asleep? You need to go out to your car and do phone calls. Right? I know most of my household is like asleep till noon. So luckily we took one of the rooms upstairs and we turned it into an office so that I can just sneak up here and close the door and make noise. But I didn't always have that. So I'd have to, I had to go outside because we actually rented this room to somebody, and I used to have to go outside. I was out on the porch on what we call a lanai here in Florida, right? I had to go outside and do that. One of my good friends, he goes in the car and he does his morning motivational calls from the car. You know, it's quiet in the car in the morning. He runs to Starbucks, gets to Starbucks, pulls over somewhere. Bingo, he's in his car. So there's no excuses, but what do you need to develop and take on? Who do you need to become? Which emotions do you need to strengthen and start conditioning? Because you're the only one. And now granted, there's maybe 1%, 1/2 of 1% of the population that is not in control of their emotions. The rest of us, we are 100% in control of our emotions. You want to argue with me about that? Let's have a call. Okay, we'll talk about that. But we create our emotions. It's not the outside external forces that make us feel a certain way. Okay, it's it's the way we take them in and filter them, and we have decided how to feel. Because two people could do. Let's say someone says something to Melody and someone says something to Nicholas. They're both going to react slightly different or completely different, even though it's the same words. It's the same tonality, same everything. It's how they have conditioned themselves to react when someone does this. This means this, right? It's the ding, ding, woof, woof. I don't know if you guys heard that before, but that is Pavlov's dog conditioning, right? They did a study where they train dogs when the bell rings, they do certain things, okay? Ding, ding, woof, woof. Okay, ding, ding, woof, woof. So we're all conditioned. We've conditioned ourselves, all right? So anyways, let's move on. Because I really want to get you guys to have a breakthrough through now. So we've looked at what do you want, what's getting in your way, how's that affecting you, what's going to happen if you keep doing that. Now, if you decided, because it's your choice, if you decided tonight or right now to change, to do something different, what would you do? What would you do? What would you do different? Write it down. I would do this. I would do that. I would stop doing this. Instead of sitting down, if you are conditioned and you go and you sit down and you're fearful of making phone calls or getting on the computer or whatever, doing lives, stand up. Stand up. Okay, I'll change this. Okay, stand up. Because you're conditioned physiology to sitting in that seat, and it's going to keep tripping on you. Okay, create a new physiology. Who do you need to be? Now you can sit down. Okay, you can sit down powerfully. Okay, you can sit down powerfully. If you need to sit in a different posture to feel more courage, let's say you need to be more courageous to overcome whatever it is. You need to be more passionate, more excited, right? Well, it starts with your physiology. See, I'm in my chair bouncing, right? Or if your chair doesn't bounce, just squat up and down, right? Or just stand up and down, okay? You got to change your physiology. Nothing is going to change without you changing your physiology. Nothing. You can sit there for weeks and think about it. Okay, you got to change your physiology, right? Everybody agree? Hands up. Everybody pay attention? All right, cool. I hope you're loving this, guys. All right, this is a little different than what I usually do. So, what physiology do you need to create to take the actions you know you need to take to reach out to those people, if that's what we're talking about? Pick up that phone, to call that person, message that person. Maybe it's on the other end. For a lot of us guys, like Nicholas and myself, I can be very, if you can't tell, I can be very, some people would think aggressive, right? So I have to check myself sometimes. I have to bring in more love and calm and like this juice cleanse. I don't know if you guys saw the sign I posted. That Melody actually gave me that sign. She posted it that I would eat anyone that comes around me with food today. I just, it triggers, because I'm going through not just a cleanse, but it's a whole body thing. When you go through something like that, your beliefs and fears and all that stuff comes up, and you got to deal with it. So I was dealing with that this afternoon. I was like hangry, right? I wanted to like eat somebody. If my girlfriend's mother brought a meatloaf over, And we didn't even know she was here. She has a key. She came in downstairs with a meatloaf, put it in the kitchen. Oh my God, it was going crazy. So anyways, back to where we are. So what would happen if you were in that state right now? So I want you all to ask yourself, since we're on this and we're sitting down, we can do this sitting down. Ask yourself, what is the state that we need to be in, not like Chicago or California. What I mean is the physical, emotional, mental state that you need to be in to perform at your best, okay? So what you do is you take, what are the emotions that you want to create, okay? What are the emotions you want to create? And create them right now, and then we're going to condition them real quick, okay? So do you need more love, courage, excitement, energy, passion? Ask yourself, who do I know that has that? Or have you ever had that yourself? Can you think of a time that you were courageous? Can you think of a time you were excited? Maybe Christmas morning when you were a child, right? Waiting for the gifts downstairs, right? Maybe it's courageous. You had an obstacle in your life that you overcame, a disease, a challenging time that you broke through. What was it about you that got you through it? That's what it was. It was you. It was something inside of you that you were given to help you get through that challenge. And I want you to remember that right now. Think about that. That is part of you that got you through that challenge. Do you need more love? Maybe you don't feel loved right now. Maybe you're alone. Can you ever think of a time in your life that you were loved? Now here's a trick. Do you know anyone that is loved? Can you think of someone? You don't even have to know them personally. Can you think of someone that might be loved in the world? Yeah, okay. Well, how do I think that might feel to them? How does that feel to them? Well, I don't know. Well, try it on. Imagine you're there for a minute. You're there. So for example, Melody's a very loving person, right? So you can borrow Melody's love and you can say, wonder what it feels like to be Melody, loved by all these people. All these people think great things about me, right? Imagine being Melody just for a second. Oh, look at all this love. Oh, how's that feel? And now you got to move your body. You can't think about this. You got to say, oh, I would breathe like this. Now it's smile like Melody, right? It's smile, right? Smile. You got to smile. What do I think Melody thinks to feel loved? Huh. She must think, wow, people love me, right? So you get the point. Think about who you need to be to do that. A cool trick you can do is, like, we used to use superheroes. So who's your favorite superhero, right? If you need to be Wonder Woman, step into Wonder Woman, right? And so what you do is you imagine that person. So for us guys, it would be like Robert Hollis, right? Or Tony Robbins. And you say, imagine right now, they're standing in front of me. They're standing right in front of me, right? Scott's on here. Sorry, I couldn't see you. I have to scroll down, Scott. Okay. So Scott's here. Nicholas is here. I'm here. So we might want to, pretend we're Tony Robbins or Robert Hollis or whoever, right? Ray Higdon, right? To crush it in our business. We take on that persona until we create our own. So to get out of our stuff that's been stopping us from, creating the world that we're in, and to get in a different world, we can borrow superheroes, right? So to speak. We can say, okay, imagine right now that your favorite superhero, you can do this to women, you can pretend it's Wonder Woman or whoever your favorite, female super Melody, whoever your favorite female superstar is. Yeah, there you go, right? The bracelets. Pretend they're standing behind you. They're standing behind you right now. Okay? They're standing behind you right now, and I want you to just for a second imagine in your mind's eye that they're behind you right now, wherever your favorite person is, right? So if it's for me, it would be like Tony, right? If I needed to borrow some of that strength and I didn't have it, I would imagine someone like him or Robert Hollis, right? So Robert Hollis behind me, I can feel him on my shoulders right now. Right? I can feel him touching me on my shoulders. I can feel that energy. I can feel what it would feel like to have him in the room with me, right? Just pretend, imagine, and then say, if Robert Hollis jumped into my body right now, so if Wonder Woman, Batman, whoever it is, right, jumped into your body right now, right, what would that be like? Now you got to pretend like they just moved into your body or it won't work. You gotta like, yes, right? I'm here. Now that's Tony. Now Robert's like, right? So I move my body, I breathe, I smile. You got to start with the physiology, and that's one other reason why it's so good to take care of your health, right? You don't have it, you won't be able to access it. So take the physiology on. Now, what would Robert Hollis think? What would Melody Riva think? What would Janessa think, right? What would Scott think? What would Nicholas think at your best? Wow, I would think right now where I'm at.
Or she strictly went on Lily's.
Who's that?
She looks.
Who's on there? Somebody's on here. Oh, is that Scott? Okay.
I got, no, it was Rita popped on. I got her.
Oh, cool. No problem. All right. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. Who's enjoying this process so far? Awesome. Thanks, guys. Cool. A little different than I'm used to, but we'll get there. Okay. So, so anyways, take on that person, take on their emotions, their thoughts, their beliefs. Just imagine, well, what do I think they would do? What do I think they would say? So if they were in my situation, Batman or Wonder Woman was in my situation right now, what would they do? I mean, realistically, right? So, Superman had Clark, he had to be Clark Kent during the day, but I'm sure he performed a lot of cool stuff because he could tap into Superman, right? So if you were Melody Riva or you were Wonder Woman, right, and you took on a little bit of that right now, how would you sit? So sit that way right now. How would you think? What would you tell yourself you need to do, right, to break through that thing that's stopping you today? Like, I'll give you a perfect example because I can tap into Tony like that. But Tony Robbins, he doesn't let anything get in his way. So if Tony took over my body for a day, okay, he just took over my body for a day, and I told him, this is laugh because this kind of stuff has happened to me. So if I told him an excuse, what do you think he would do? I mean, most of you know who Tony Robbins is. If you don't, think of Wonder Woman or Batman. Okay, if I gave him an excuse, he'd probably either punch me, fire me when I worked for him, or get in my face. He'd get in my face about it, right? And you can do that. You can put up a mirror and move this. I don't know if I can move this. This is on my tablet today. But I have a mirror right there. I can get in my own face. I can pretend I am Tony, and I tell myself, you are more than that. You are worthy. Stop that BS that you keep telling yourself. Slap yourself in the face, whatever you got to do, right? Jolt that out of your nervous system and say, that's not you. BS. What Tony always tells me is BS. He actually uses the real word. I'm trying to keep this clean as possible for everybody. But he says, everything you say, bullshit. Bullshit. That's bullshit. You're lying. You're lying to yourself. You're lying to me. Yeah, you're right. It's bullshit. Right? So, I'm afraid of this. Bullshit. You're just not doing it. You're not being who you need to be to do it because you're lazy. You're being lazy. You're being this. You're being that. So let's change this stuff. Okay? Who do you need to be? All right. Now, let's say today. Now, yeah, I was going to go a little bit deeper. Let me go back. Okay. So that was just an intro, right? You can take this to level 100. The way you do that is every single day. In the beginning, I would do it 3 times a day. Get yourself in a peak state. So if you can, the first thing out of bed, get in a peak state. I was always taught, roll out of my bed into my sneakers. Roll out of my bed into my sneakers. Because you've been laying flat or dormant or on a couch or like this, whatever you're doing, an airplane, whatever you're doing, right? You need to get your body back. You need to get it going. So go for a walk. If you can only walk around the block, walk around the block. If you can only walk around your house, walk around your house. You can go on a 5-mile run, go on a 5-mile run. Okay, whatever you got to do. If you prefer to go to the gym like me, go to the gym, work out. I do a little mix of both now, but I prefer lifting weights. I'm getting back into the weights because my energy was going down a little bit. So I'm out walking the dog. I don't have the dog here because she gets a little excited when I jump up and down. There you go, right? So maximum effort. No, so there you go. So condition it. So what is we call it a triad, but what do you need to do so you perform? A lot of people call it a miracle morning, but you can add this to your miracle morning. And what do you need to do for your body first? I do body and mind at the same time. And the way I do that is I go for a walk with a headset, usually listening to Robert Hollis or something, right? Or I do that in the gym while I'm working out. I'm not sitting there chit-chatting and talking to the girls, right? I'm on a headset, whatever, or my phone, right? And that might seem mean or rude, but they're not paying my bills. They're not paying my bills, okay? And if I don't take care of me, I can't take care of anybody else. It's like being on an airplane, right? And they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first. You can't, they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first, then your child's or whatever, because if you don't take care of you, there's no way you're gonna be able to take care of them. You're gonna pass out, you're gonna die, whatever. Okay, so take care of you first. First thing when you wake up, okay? So let me look at, I'm not even looking at my notes. Sometimes I just go off. That's why I have notes. Muscles, Dave, so let's see, with these new resources, how will your life be different? So I want you to just for now, ask yourself, let me check the time. Okay, cool. Cool, all right. Ask yourself, if you, with these new resources, how would your life be different? How would your life be better if you walked around like Batman? If you walked around like Wonder Woman, if you walked around like Robert House, if you walked around like Melody Riva, you can do that until you get the success you want. I did it, right? To work for Tony Robbins, I borrowed him for a couple years. That's what attracted him to me. Whenever something, I said, well, I can't pick up the phone, I'd go, what would Tony Robbins say to you? What would Tony Robbins say to you if you just told him you didn't make your calls today? Now, here's a leverage for you as well. For those of you that have kids, if you had to go downstairs or outside or in the next room or pick up your child from school and tell them, I'm sorry we can't eat next week because I didn't make my calls. How does that feel? You can use that as leverage on yourself. Now, you can use this in the positive way and say, I was super mom or super dad or super guy, super girl, right? And I walked around that like that for just for the rest of today. So I want you guys to imagine, just for a second, imagine walking around tonight at your ultimate peak performance. Now, we didn't get deep into that tonight because we didn't have time for each individual here to do that and get into a peak state. But imagine if you did, and you did that just for today, the rest of today. So some of you, it's nighttime. Others of you, it might be morning time, right? If you just if it's an hour left or 10 hours left, just for today, if you broke through that thing that's been stopping you and you just borrowed someone else's energy for the day, how would your life be better? Just for today. You woke up tomorrow, I want you to see how that would look. How would you benefit from that? What would be different in your life if you made a change today? You stop using that excuse, that BS story, that luggage, that habit, that behavior, just for today. How would just one day change you? Maybe you're like a people performer like Melody and Janessa and Craig, and I don't know who else is on here. I got to scroll through, but I'm looking at my slide, guys. Sorry. So, you know, if you were them, and you know there's another level. If you perform like Melody and Janessa, and there's another level, and you know there's another level, but you're afraid to go to that level, and you said, "Screw that! I'm more than that," and you just went for it tonight. What could you create in the time you have left today? What's possible for you? What's possible for you? So write that down. All right. Now, if you became that person tonight, right now on the phone, what could be possible for you over the next week? How would your life be better if you made a change now? What would that do for you? What about 3 months from now? What would your life look like 3 months from now, walking around like Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman? Melody, Janessa, Margaret, Rachel, Deborah, Craig, right? How would you guys, we can scroll down here, Craig, Jeff, Anna, you guys walked around at your best, right? Now you've changed. Now you're your best. Ellen's her best. Bobby's her best. Annie's her best, right? Nicholas, everybody on here, Alicia, Ola. Is it Ola or Ole? Ola? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Okay, cool. If you guys were at your best, performing at your best for 3 months, how would your life be different? Who would benefit from that? How would that feel? Just think about that. 3 months from now, doing this, making this change, how would your life be better? How would that feel right now? You guys are going to like this. All right. So imagine taking this out 6 months from now. If you made a change tonight and you said, boom, and you were able to break through that thing and now start being who you really are, being your best, being awesome, and walking and talking like your ideal role model, okay? What would you create in your life in the next 6 months? What would your kids have? What would your kids have? How would that make them feel? I want you to imagine if you have kids, or your husband or your wife, or your mom or your dad, or whoever you're doing this for. How would they feel? See it, feel it. If you were, let's say your mom needs a new car, and you went to your mother's work, and you handed her the keys to her new car. How would it feel to see her face? How would it feel on the other spectrum if you want to leave your job and it's your last day, because you know it's costing you money now. It's costing you money to go to work. It's costing you money to go to work tomorrow. And you go into your boss and you tell him, it's costing me money to work here. I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks for all the help. But I give my 2 weeks notice. How would that feel right now to do it right now, to be there, right, for you? How would it feel to change someone's life? If, you know, some of us have life-changing, life-altering products and services. How would it feel for, I don't know, in the next 6 months, 5 or 10 people to reach out and tell you, you just saved my life. You just saved my life. How would that feel right now? You saved my life because you weren't afraid to call me. I thank you for that. You weren't selfish. It wasn't about you. You knew you had something that would help someone out there, and you did it. You called me. I can tell you guys as a coach, I've had people on the edge of killing themselves when I called them. I had no idea. But I knew that there's someone out there right now that needs you. There is someone out there, you don't know who they are. They need you. They need you to pick up that phone. When you need to pick up that phone and you don't pick up that phone, you just killed them. You killed them. Because you were given a purpose here. You were given a right to be here. You're on this call. I'm on this call for a reason. I needed to be here. Y'all needed to be here. There's some people out there right now, they're just praying on their hands and knees. They need you to call them and help them. I'm serious, okay? So think about this. If you did that for the next year, how many people's lives could you change? Think about it. You just killing it, being your awesomeness. Just going out there and crushing it and eliminating all your doubts and your fears and your crap and your junk, because you're here to help people. You're here to serve people. You're here to contribute, right? Imagine how rewarding that would be. Imagine everything you would have in your life is going to come from someone else, right? So imagine all the people that you've helped, how awesome or more awesome your life would look. Sorry, my life is doing something weird. So how awesome your life would look in a year, because tonight you decided to change. It's up to you, your choice. We already saw where you're going to go if you don't do this, right? We saw the pain. We saw what we're costing our loved ones. When's right now a great time to change? Right now, right? Okay, cool. All right, so I want you to imagine your life before we go on to the next one. Imagine your life 5 years from today. What is today? 2nd? 3rd? The 3rd. August 3rd, 2018. Imagine that was a day you can remember. Imagine it was the day you changed your life. Imagine it was the day you stopped letting that excuse get in your way. Imagine it was the day you got back in the gym. Imagine the day was you started to get your numbers into Melody. Right? I know some of you guys are in an accountability thing, right? So you probably have to report your numbers, right? So imagine you started doing it. You didn't let anything get in your way because you're Superman or you're Wonder Woman, right? And that's who you are. Now, some of you might say, well, that's fake. That's blah, 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 right? It's not. You are who you are. You are who you decide to be. I have a secret. If you guys haven't watched, I'm Not Your Guru by Tony Robbins, he even admits in there, great movie, probably top 1, 2 on my list, right? Great movie. If you don't have Netflix, get with me or somebody will get you that movie. In there, Tony admits that he created, I've known Tony a long time, he created Tony Robbins. He was not Tony Robbins. He created Tony Robbins. He created that character, and he lived as that other person because his life was so horrible, he created a new life. So why don't you create a new life tonight? You can do it. Say, you know what? I'm going to do this. When I get off this phone with Curtis, I'm going to create my new life, but I'm first going to act like my new life. And as I'm acting like my new life, I'm going to write out who I am. Who I am in my physiology. I stand tall. I stand strong. I take deep breaths. I meditate. I do yoga. I run. I lift weights. I'm a cyclist. Whatever it is physically. I smile all the time. I play with my children. I make my children laugh. What do you think? What are the thoughts that you have? I think that I'm unstoppable. I think that I'm here to help people. I think I'm here to change the world. I know that I have a product and service that will help others. I know I can do this. What are the questions in the language that you tell yourself or ask yourself? I ask myself every day, XYZ. I ask myself, how many lives am I going to change today? How many people am I going to impact today? Not how many phone calls I have to make, right? How many lives am I going to change? How many friends am I going to make today? That's what's going to excite you. Not how many calls am I going to make today, right? No, that's not going to work. That's not what Robert Hall says. That's not what Melody probably says. They probably say, God, help me change a life today. And if you can, let me change 2, right? But think about it. Think about it, okay? Who do you want to be starting now? Forget about who you've been. That's gone. That's the pain. That's the old. Let's throw it in the trash, right? Throw it away. Throw it out the window, okay? Who do you want to bring into your life? Who do you want to be? Start being that person today. But yeah, I work all the time. I don't have this other time. Be wherever you are is where you are. And how you do anything is how you do everything. Okay, so start at work. Be the best employee you can be. Don't say, I hate my job. I'm just going to be the horrible employee because I just want to go and network market. Right? No, be the awesomeness you are at work. And they're going to miss you so bad. And they're all going to see your greatness. And they're all going to want to be like you. And they're all going to want to join your team. Okay? Because you're an awesome person. You're not that, oh, yeah, he couldn't cut it here at work, so he went and did this other scam, right? No, you're not going to be that person. You'll be like, oh, my God, Scott's doing that? Scott was such an amazing person. He's such an amazing employee. Oh, my, I wish I worked for Scott, right? Or I wish I worked for Nicholas or Melody or Janessa, Margaret, or any of you guys, Deborah, right? That's who you want people to think. What do you want your kids to tell their friends about you when you're not looking? Right? What do you want? There you go. What do you want? If some of you are religious and you want to say, how do I want God to see me? Who do I need to be for God right now? He can see you. He can see you. You think you're hiding. You're not hiding. You're not hiding, right? Okay, you're not hiding. He can see you. All right? So who do you need to be for him or her? Right? Who do you need to be for them? See, Wonder Woman, right? She's a god, right? I think I saw the Wonder Woman movie, believe it or not. So Wonder Woman's a god. So Wonder Woman's watching you. So and Superman's watching all of us men. Okay, so who do you need to be for them? Who do you need to be for yourself? Who do you need to be for your kid? And start being that person. All right. So let me see. So if you were that person, always go back there and then decide how you're going to handle the thing that's getting in your way. So if you wake up tomorrow morning, excuse me, and you need to, my body's doing weird stuff because I'm on this cleanse and I got to chug water all the time. Otherwise, maybe I'll die. But I hope not. But it's the first cleanse this kind of cleanse, guys, I've ever done. So when you go to pick up the phone and get on Facebook Messenger like I'm doing right now. Okay. I have 6 lives I can change right now because it all message me. Okay. So you pick up that phone, instead of saying, ooh, I'm afraid to tell them what I'm doing. Okay, cool. You're afraid? Move aside. Let me sit down. Here's Robert Hollis. This is what Robert Hollis would do. He'd call him and get on the phone. Forget about you. You're over here. You're watching. You're watching. Pretend you're watching Robert Hollis. You pretend you're Robert Hollis or Melody. You can borrow Melody, right? Or Janessa. I'm using you guys because you're picture right there. And you're awesome. So you'd get on here and you'd message them and you'd leave them a voicemail like this. Thanks. Right? So watch this. So I'm going to do this. I don't know this. Sometimes things just come to me. So this person, he's rejecting Robert Hollis's training because he's in another company and he thinks he's awesome. So I'm going to say, so I'm just going to send him a cool message and say, that's so awesome, Jerry. You rock. That's it. That might blow his mind. I just sent a voice text, just so y'all know. Okay? So this guy, Jerry, thinks he's a superstar. Probably hasn't made $50. Okay? I'd have fun to make you guys laugh, right? So honestly, you know, I'm around a lot of leaders, and those of you that are following Melody and Robert Hollis, wow. Wow. They're the real deal. They're the real deal. A lot of these other people are good salespeople. They're good salespeople. That's all they are. Most of them never really made it in the industry that they're coaching, teaching, training in. Okay, so you guys, we're all blessed to be on this call with Melody right now. So anyways, I digress. No. So I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. So now we're going to talk about, and I'd love to do this again for you guys, and maybe we just make a call just about getting in state. Because that takes about 30 minutes in itself. And then it takes about 15 minutes to condition it. Okay, so that would be like a 45-minute, very intense call. So let's cover how can you reinforce this new state. So it's easy. I gave you guys like it may not seem like it, but I gave you like a secret formula for success. Every successful person borrowed somebody else's success. Their story, their personality, their courage, whatever. Every one of them, okay? They modeled someone else until they had it themselves. So for anyone on here that said, well, that's made up, fake smile, right? No, it's not a fake smile. You do that long enough, they've done research, they've done studies. If you smile long enough, you're gonna be happy, okay? Believe it or not, it triggers emotions. You'll be happy, you'll walk around happy. You put this pen in your mouth, if you guys wanna do this real quick, you put a pen in your mouth, right? And you look up, and I know it's on chilly, right? I want you to get extremely depressed like this. You can't do it. Get depressed, cry. No, you can't. You start laughing. You physically cannot do it. Janessa's loving that. So if you can't physically go to, it's triggered by a physical movement. So if you can't physically go there, you can't create the emotion. And we're in control. Like I said, that's why there's like 0.5% that can't control their muscles and things. Those are the ones, unfortunately, are not in control of their emotions. So that's so rare. If you're on this call, that's not you. That's not you. So you have control. So decide, just a decision, to smile more, right? You have to staple your cheeks, right? If you have to put a board to your back to sit up straight, put a board to your back, right? Whatever you got to do to change your physiology, I invite you to do it. But you don't have to be that extreme. But walk around throughout the day, at work, at home, with the kids, wherever you are. Think of ways to reinforce this. Create an environment that supports the change that you want. So I invite you all tonight to do one thing in your environment. It could be, now environment is people, places, and things. Who are the people? What are the places? And what are the things that you need to put in your life or bring back into your life? For example, I moved my office up here. All my books were out in the garage because we moved into this place, and all my books were in the garage, and it was killing me. They were in big boxes, right? So I put all my books on bookshelves in the office, and I feel so much better. Even though I don't read them anymore, No, I do read them, but they're there, and I know they're there, and I know they're a resource, right? And some people might see some of them, and they go, "Oh, what's that book that Kurt's had on the shelf?" And that just changed my life. Every book on this shelf over here. Oh, you probably can't see that. I'm sorry. Every book. Sorry about that, guys. On my phone, I can do it. This laptop. Something's going on here. There's a bookshelf. Believe me, there's a bookshelf over there. You can see it. Sorry, I don't know. There's a cord is tied up under here. I think the dog did. So, anyways, that bookshelf right there. Every one of those books changed my life. Every one of them. So, I need those. If I ever have an issue, I can go run to those. So I need those. That's where I got my start. I didn't have access to super successful people. My environment was extremely negative, and everyone around me, I let them suck from me. They were succubuses, right? They took from me, and that was my fault. That's not their fault. It's just who they were being. So I use books. I use books to change my life. The first book, I could never read books. I hated reading. I told myself I hated reading. My first book was Awaken the Giant Within. Right here. See? This is my special bookcase. This is Awaken the Giant Within. These are my first books I've ever read. It's a little short bookcase. So that's the first book I ever read by this big goofy guy with big teeth. I tease Tony because he teases me. So so he changed my life. Reading that book literally changed my life. It's the only book I could actually read through, and it's what, hundreds of pages, hundreds and hundreds of pages. It's huge. It's like that thick. So if you don't have direct access to mentors, get a book. Go to the library. If you don't have any money, like I didn't, when I started, I had no money. I was homeless. Believe it or not, I was homeless at one time in my life. Very short time, but I was homeless. And I would go to the bookstore, go to Barnes & Noble, and I would sit there. There was actually another one, too. There was Barnes & Noble, and then on one side of town, it's still there. And then there was another one. Bookstores are out of business here. I don't know. There was another one. Anyways, there was another one I used to go to. I can't remember the name of it right now. It was whatever Barnes & Noble's biggest competition was. So I would go there, and I would sit there and read the book there, right? And I would just read the book there, and I'd put it back on the shelf and hope no one would buy it. Right? Because I had no money at the time. But the key was I implemented what I learned. You can read all the books. I have 500 books in my garage. You can read them all, and they're not going to change your life. Anybody getting this? You're on this webinar, and you can watch it 1,000,000 times. Your life's not going to change. What's going to change is when you internalize what we've been talking about here, you think about it, and you take action. You have to take action. You have to implement it in your life. You might think you know it, you might say you know it, but you don't understand it till you're living it, right? And to this day, there's so much that I learned that I'm not implementing. So I'm still checking myself. I'm still like, yeah, I know that. Oh, wait a minute, I can't say that, right? I'm not doing that. I don't have that, so I'm obviously not doing it, so I don't really know it, so let me go learn it again, and then let me try to reinstall it again. So the things like Melody's teaching you guys, are you doing it? If we're honest, we know we're not. We know we're not doing 100%, because there's always another level, right? So there we go. All right. Oh, who can you ask for support? So we talked about people, places, and things. So who are the people that you can bring in your life, like Melody, whoever, to help you break through, overcome, make sure you do. I'm blessed. I have this amazing woman in my life. Her name is Saturn. She's downstairs. Normally she would hear me, but her daughter's down there right now. They get a little noisy, so I have the door shut. But I don't think I would have made it on the juice cleanse, or at least I would have had to do either or if she wasn't helping making the juices. So even though she's not 100% in with the juices, she's at least making them for me. So I am blessed to have that support, and hopefully you do too. But if you don't, what do you need to do? Do you need to maybe, let's say if you're going to do a juice cleanse, for example, you need to, what I started, because I wasn't sure she was going to want to do that, I went and bought, I found a place that had cold pressed juices already bottled, and I just bought a whole basket. You might have seen it online. An old basket of juices already done. They're down in the refrigerator, just in case she goes somewhere or needs something. I'm not the guy. I'm not going to go and do all that stuff every day. So, I try to leverage things. So it's there, you know. So who do you need in your life to help you? Maybe you need a mentor or another mentor, and you're struggling financially or something like that. So you need to go to the bookstore, like me. Now, probably most of you on here don't, because you're with Melody, so you're good. But tell your team, you know, you're going to have people on your team say, oh, I would love to hire Melody. I would love to join, oh, I don't want to name things, but, you know, Robert Halls. I'll say Robert because, you know, most of you guys, I've seen almost every one of you, I think, on Robert Halls and stuff. So I'd love to do that, but I just can't afford the $25. You know, hopefully you guys can hear me. But so you tell them, that's fine. What can you do? What can you do? I can't do anything. I can't afford a book. I can't afford a book. Okay, no problem. Why don't you get on YouTube and watch videos? Ooh, it's so much easier. I wish I had all this stuff when I was going through all this pain, right? I had to go sit in the bookstore and pretend like I'm going to buy the book. Oh, let me just check it out for a while. 3 hours later, time to close up, sir. Okay, I gotta go. And I had to put the book back because I wanted to make sure that they put the book where I could find it, right? A lot of times people leave the books and then they put them away and you can't find them again. So anyways, you can tell your team, go to the bookstore or go watch YouTube videos or do anything you can. There's so much for free out there that can help you. Just go do it. All right, so people, places, and things. Where are the places you need to go? Like we talked about, you need to go out to your car. You need to go out on the lanai or the porch. You need to wake up a little early and get the hell out of the house before all the kids go crazy. To get in your, 10 phone calls or message 5 people or whatever you can do. You're really, really busy. Do whatever you can do with where you are. Okay. What are the things you need? Do you need orchids? You know what orchids will do? I love orchids, but I haven't gotten this. So she brought it up one day, made my whole day, right? So I had roses here once, and I had sunflowers because I'm pretty much here on a computer and a phone all day. So I'm seeing that outside, and I do my best to go outside and walk the dog and stuff. But other times I'll have back-to-back coaching calls. I can't go outside. So this really helps. So what can you put in your environment to support you, right? We call this a coaching space or a space. So create your network marketing space. What do you need? You need a whiteboard. You need a vision board, right? What do you need to support you? Do you need, like what I'm using right now, I don't want to blind you guys, but this is I have a ring light that I got on Amazon. It's like $19. And it's awesome. It plugs in, has a light, it varies, has a mount. You can see the phones right here. But I needed that. I'm on the phone all day. So anyways, this is a mount. It has a mount for a phone and ring light. Like, I don't know, between $17 and $19, like life-changing to me. Do you go to a lot of seminars? Do you need to get, I learned this through pain. I was at events, I was at a network marketing events, and my phone kept dying, trying to take videos and pictures, and kept dying, and I learned about these battery packs, right? So I got 3 of them right here on my desk, just in case. Power goes out, no excuses. I got power. I go anywhere, these go in my backpack, I got power, right? So think about things you need to put in your environment to support you. You need to put a picture of Melody up on your wall to remind you to be Melody. You need to put a picture of Robert Hollis up on the wall, right? What can you do, right? Do you need to play music? Do you like music? I learned this technique to go, I used to do this, to make sales calls in the jacuzzi. So instead of sitting here making phone calls, I'd go down with my laptop and I'd sit in the jacuzzi and make my sales calls out in the Florida sun. And that was cool for a while. It's a little bright with computers. You can't really see the screen that well, but I did that for a long time ago when you used to have a pen and paper, phone numbers, and a phone. I go sit in the jacuzzi and make my calls. You enjoy the process. You got to make the process enjoyable. So I see most of you, or probably all of you, have a really cool environment there. It's probably something Melody taught you or somebody taught you. Alicia's in her car. Her car is beautiful, so that's good. Yeah, see? And Scott, there you go. Scott's got the vision board. Awesome, buddy. Awesome. I love it. You can see you guys are super rock stars. I probably have to come back and teach advanced stuff to all you guys. But I hope you're getting value. Hope you're getting value. So let's speed this up a little bit because we're getting, right? I can get off on 10 minutes, right? Oh, here we go. You made it. Oh my God, you made it, guys. So, does anyone want to share what they got before I go into what I'm going to give you guys? Can we do that? Let me see.
Yeah, absolutely. Curtis, I know I see somebody has their hand up. I don't know if they have a question. Do you have?
Yeah, let me.
Does anybody, if anybody wants to share or ask a question, maybe, if I'm putting Coach Curtis on the spot here. Okay, Alicia, I know Alicia lost power at her house, so she got creative and got into the car. So that's great. So if you go down to participants at the very bottom of the screen and click on raise hand, you can do that, or I'll scroll through everybody. Curtis, if you're done sharing your screen, maybe you could stop sharing. We get everybody back on the
Yeah, let me do this then. Why don't we do that then? We'll just go to share and questions, and what I'm going to do is give you guys a gift.
Wow, this was phenomenal.
All right, so congratulations, you made it, and we're going to answer everybody real quick. And I'm doing this so that those of you that do want to go, you can go, but I want to give you the gift. You can go schedule. If there's not a time available, let me know. I'll go and make space for Melody, okay, for you guys.
Wow.
Just go to calendly.com/Coach Curtis and register for your Skyrocket, your business coaching session if you want to change it. I'll do all those things that I told you about. Write that down real quick because I'm going to show you all the things again that I'm going to do with you, and I'll show it again at the end. So it's calendly.com/Coach Curtis. Real easy to remember if you know Calendly. Just go on there and walk you through the steps. Pick a time. If you don't find a time, either go back or let me know. Let myself or Melody know. I'll find a time for you, and I'll be expanding it because right now I do chunks. So there you go. Let me go to the next one real quick. I'll go back. Don't worry. Don't freak out. Calendly.com/Coach Curtis. Real easy. So if you've been working to grow your business for a while now, okay, and things aren't happening as fast as you want, I'd like to help you create a major breakthrough. It's a lot different doing it one-on-one than it is in a group because I get your feedback directly. I know what you're going through. I can see it. I can feel it. You can tell me exactly what you're dealing with, and I can help you. Okay? It's very intense. Okay. So here's the scoop. I've heard from a lot of business owners, you can read it right there, that they're having a difficult time growing their business fast these days. Okay. So for a limited time, I'm probably going to do this for about a week. Okay. So get your thing scheduled. So that not this week. I know we're at the end of the week. All next week, I'm going to open up times. So throughout probably tonight. Yeah, I'll do it tonight. Should be able to do it tonight, no later than tomorrow morning. I'll open up more times. So if you can't find a time right now, they'll be there, or just reach out to me or Melanie. Okay. We're going to create a crystal clear vision. We're going to uncover hidden challenges, and you're going to leave that session renewed, energized, just feeling it. Okay. All right. So let's have some shares and any questions, and then you guys can. Oh, before we do that, let me stop sharing. I invite you all tonight, whatever you do, if you forget everything I did tonight, take one action, one action. Take one action, okay? One action that came to your mind tonight. It could be small. It could be message one person. You haven't been messaging people for the last 3 days. Message one person. Just message one person today, okay? Take action, because when you take action, you're telling the universe, oh, he does really want that. So let me align and help them. Okay, let me align and help them with that. But you've got to take action. If you take this and say, okay, yeah, blah, 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 I'll do it later, the universe says, right? The universe says, no way. No way. Come back again. Let's do this again. Right? So great. There you go. All right, guys, let's do the chat, the share. And I apologize, guys, if I didn't respond to any of you on here. I had the chat closed and I was just going through my slides.
We've got it all covered there. Everybody's just saying how phenomenal this class is. Everybody give it up for Coach Curtis. Thank you so much. Great stuff. I saw Anna's hand go up first, so I'm going to go to Anna. Where did she go? Did we lose her?
I see her.
Oh, you do? I'm not seeing her. Anna, can you unmute yourself and okay.
I might hit the wrong button.
I think what after. But Nicholas, you have your, oh, there's Anna. I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm going to unmute you, Anna, and come out and ask your question.
Anna?
Are you there?
I don't see her.
Yeah, I've got her here. Anna, are you there? I unmuted you. Do you have a question? Okay, we're gonna go to Nicholas.
Yeah, we'll come back, Anna. Technical difficulty, right?
Hey, Nicholas.
Hey, Melody. Hello, Curtis.
Hey, Nicholas.
I really don't have a question. I just wanted to personally thank you for this training because, wow, so many emotions. The major emotions on this training for me was excitement. There
Good.
was one question that you told us to answer for ourselves that was very emotional and very hard for me to do, but I wrote it down. I got like 3 pages of text here. So
man, awesome.
You are amazing, Curtis.
Thank you.
I love this training. So I just want to say that.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm happy to come on anytime Melody wants me, or she'll have me. Oh, thank you so much, Nicholas. That means a lot. I felt my energy is usually a lot higher because I'm dealing with one person. So with this was a little different arena for me, so I do apologize. But hopefully everyone got something. If you didn't, call me. Schedule an appointment. I want to help you. Okay. So cool. Awesome. Thank you so much, Nicholas. You are a freaking rock star. I talked to somebody recently that we're all connected on Facebook and stuff, and they said some awesome stuff about you. So can't think of his name. I think it's Robert or something. But anyway, said some awesome stuff about you. So you're doing a great job.
Thank you, Curtis.
You're welcome, buddy. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for your time. Who's next? We got Anna back.
We've got Anna back. Thank you so much, Nicholas. Anna, I'm going to unmute you just to make it easier for you. Okay. What was your question, darling? Oh, we can't hear you.
Yeah, she's muted.
You're actually unmuted. You might have to pop out and come back in and join audio video with your device. You have to kind of click on that. So we'll be here for a little bit. So come right back. No apologies necessary. Okay. Did anybody else have anything that they'd like to share or ask Coach Curtis today? Was this amazing or what? Absolutely.
Oh, thanks, guys. Glad you liked it.
Absolutely amazing. And I want to say thank you, Curtis, for making yourself available and really, offering your coaching. That's the Skyrocket Your Business coaching session from you. I'm just so blown away at your generosity. So thank you.
Yeah, you're so amazing, Melody. You're so awesome, and you've helped me. For those of you on here, Melody's helped myself. We help each other. We support each other. She's helped me through some. When we work in a home business, we're a lot of times. Sometimes we find ourselves alone, and you have nobody to talk to, but your virtual peeps. So Melody's many times jumped on and given me strength and support. Today, I told her I was about to eat the next person that brought food over here. And she said, go make this sign and put it on the door. Where I eat somebody. It was funny. She said, if you come in and you smell like food, and I added, I might just eat you. So thank you for that, Melody. But yeah, I just want Melody is so awesome. I want to make sure all you guys are at your best so that you can absorb what Melody's teaching you. And just be the rock stars you are. Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I see Rochelle raised her hand. Cool. Rochelle, can you come out? And we're going to end this call real quick.
I just want to say thank you. This was an amazing training. You had me in tears at the beginning. I thought I wasn't going to be able to make it. Everybody knows I cry when I get excited.
Yeah, I was crying. I was hiding it, but I was crying.
Thank you so much for the gift. I really appreciate it. That's all.
Thank you so much. You're amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, and for those of you who didn't get the website, where to schedule with Curtis, I will post that in our group for you to be able to do that. And I think we should put a time limit on that. They have to do it before a certain date. I mean, just to schedule it, even though the date is scheduled out, we should probably put a timeline on that.
Today's Friday?
So,
yeah.
We can talk about that, and I'll post that in there. Okay? This is not going to be like, oh, you guys are ready in 6 months to do this. This is incredibly generous.
Yeah. I won't be available. Yeah, in 6 months, I won't be available, guys. And I just won't be able to. You can do it right now. So how about Monday at midnight, whatever midnight is your time? Fair?
That's great. That's great. Let me write it down. So I remember.
Thank you.
Okay. So we have Adriana, you have your hand up. Do you have a question, darling?
Yes. Hi, Curtis.
Hey, Adriana, how are you?
You know, one of the fears that one of the emotions is fear. Once I'm going to message somebody and try to connect with them, I remember I connected with you, but I have no idea you were Curtis or you work with Tony. I was just trying to connect, like pushing myself.
Yeah.
And I was like, if you noticed, I didn't answer back because I get intimidated in a way because or scared because I do not know. Like they'll answer back to me and they'll ask me like, well, I would like to know right now, what is it about? And I'll froze. I'll be like, so I have my team to help me out. I'll go to Scott. If Scott doesn't answer, I'll go to Nicholas. I'm like, Nick, where are you? Or Scott, help me out. But other than that, that is where my intimidation of a scare is at. But I didn't know where you were Curtis. And you're gonna pop out today.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Here we go.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Adriana, will you please schedule a call with me as soon as possible?
I will, as soon as we
can help you. I could do it right now. I want to do it right now, but I know some of you guys we're going to end this call, and it does take a little while. I want to help you break through that fear, and I also am going to give you options. I'm going to help you break through the fear, but I'm also going to show you how to take you out of the picture. That's the problem with most of us. And you're on Melody's team, my team, our team? Okay, cool.
Yes,
yeah, so the problem is we're making it about us and not about Robert Hollis. Okay, so we got to change the fear, first of all. We got to find out where that's coming from. And then we need to change your approach.
Yeah, I see Melody and I see Robert and I watch a video of them first. And then it's okay. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Move on with it. If you hurt somebody, if they don't talk to you, I've gotten pretty weird people.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. I still kept pushing. Yesterday, I did it. So
good for you.
I just need to keep. That when they answer back and they want to know right away, and I just want to send a gift or I want to send out. Send them to the vision team.
Yeah.
They want to know, and I do not know how to answer that.
Okay. So well, yeah, I don't want to get into it, right, Melody? Is it not enough time? I'm like biting at the bit because I want to help you right now.
It's okay.
You know what? I think the one thing that we can say, Adriana, and this is what I do, is I am just so enthusiastic about having partnered with Robert Hollis. And his success and the fact that I get to be his business partner, I just edify all the time. And the first thing I do, I don't wait. I share a gift immediately. I share Robert's book, his best-selling book, in a private message to people immediately. And I let people sort themselves out, right? We're not looking for everybody. So don't be intimidated by somebody else and maybe they have more success than you. Because I used to do that. I used to reach down to people that I thought maybe I knew a little bit more than.
I just feel that I need to know them more so I could send it out. Or, you know,
You do. You do. But we got to talk about that. We got to get on a call and talk about that, because you first need to know what your intention of calling them is. So what I'm guessing is you're talking about this, you're going ahead of yourself. You're thinking about, oh, how do I get them that link to re-enroll? No. You're giving them a gift. You just want to, hey, what's up? That's the first step. How you doing? What's new? That's the first step, right? Then you develop rapport. Where do you live? What's your name, right? Or whatever, right? Depending on where you're at. If you're doing this over Facebook, it's just, hey, I see you live in Chicago. That's cool. I went to Chicago once. You know, what do you do there? What do you do for fun, right? So you do have to, if you don't have a relationship with these people, you do have to develop a relationship. So that right there, you might have some fear, doubts, beliefs, thoughts about opening up relationships with people, right? So we need to check that first, right? If that's not a problem, then we need to maybe tweak some skills to help you just ask a couple little questions, develop some rapport, press some rapport with them, and say, hey, who do you like to follow? Oh, I like Tony Robbins. Really? Me too, man. He's so awesome. Hey, have you ever heard of Robert Hollis? No, who's that? Oh my God, I'm reading his book right now. It's just unbelievable. Would you like a free copy? Very simple. There you go. Yeah. What is it? Oh, we'll read his book. He'll tell you all about it. I'm halfway through the book. I don't know. Just read the book and check back with them later and say, hey, pretty cool. You enjoying the book? Now, like Melody said, they sort themselves. If they're not going to read the book, they're not going to do anything. They don't. If you give them a book, and that's the purpose of you giving them the book. I mean, if you give them the book and they feel like you're giving them the book to get something from them, they're not going to read the book. But if they genuinely feel, oh, she enjoyed the book, he kind of enjoyed the book, so I'm going to enjoy the book, right? The movie, right? Hey, you got to go see this movie I just saw. It's unbelievable. Well, tell me about it. Well, you don't want me to ruin the movie, do you? Yeah, of course. It's called Adriana's Life, right? So, all right, gotcha. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Book a call. We'll talk. I don't want to take up too much time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
definitely book that call, Adriana. And you know what I found? What I found was I used to be intimidated with sharing something, not because I didn't see value in what I was sharing, but because I had a problem receiving. It made me uncomfortable to receive, so it made it uncomfortable for me to give to somebody.
Yep.
So we got to figure out where that's coming from, and we'll definitely do that.
Yeah, and Melody can help you too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we've got 2 more hands up, and then we're going to end this call. Tina, come on out, darling. So good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having Curtis on. Curtis, you know I've been watching your videos and commenting on them. I'm so grateful that you're here. I just posted one thing that really stood out for me is, what do you want your kids to say when you're not around? Be that person. That is huge. I did want to ask, did you say you're going to be opening up sessions for this weekend?
Not for this week.
Next weekend.
During the week. Are you available during the week?
Yeah, I can be available. I'm usually available at night.
I don't know how Curtis is going to be in the next 3 days because of the cleanse. And I want to be on my game.
No, that's fine. If you were going to open something up for the weekend, I was going to wait till you did that. But if not, I'm going to schedule. So that's all I needed to know.
Yeah, if I can, I will, and I'll let you know. Okay. But yeah, I'm probably going to shut down for the weekend. I'm only going to do what I need to do. And I want to be on my game for you guys. Okay? I want to bring it for you guys. Okay, so I'm going to make sure.
Schedule it now. Thank you very much.
I'll be coming out of the haze. I'm like, you guys have no idea. These guys are nuts. Like I can't think, you know.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well,
anybody else? Anybody else?
I saw Alicia's hand up earlier. I don't know if you have a question, darling. Do you? No, your hand's down now.
Okay.
So,
Quality isn't too good, so I'm just going to hold off because of my remote.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you so much, Alicia, for partnering up with me and being the co-hostess with the mostest today. Yeah. Super grateful for you. And you know, I see everybody's posting in the chat. I've scheduled. Coach Curtis,
cool.
you're gonna be super.
I'm gonna go open up some slots.
super, super busy. And thank you again. For those of you who may see this later, that you'll be able to see that website to be able to reach out to Coach Curtis. In the replay of this, if you get a hold of this replay, this is for my 30-day accountability students. And I don't know, it might get leaked out there. But these calls are for people who are on here, not for the outside public to be able to contact Curtis for free coaching. You guys definitely want to get plugged into his coaching though. So I just want to say that. And if you look in my groups and on my pages, you'll be able to see I've tagged Curtis in the postings about him being on this call today. So definitely reach out to him there. If you happen to be seeing this and you happen to want the recipe, if you're stuck, if you are not feeling like you're getting the results you want in your network marketing business, somewhere in your personal life, anywhere in life where you're dissatisfied, make sure you reach out. I would love to share with you a best-selling book by our friend tour, the millionaire maker, Robert Hollis. And if you want the recipe Robert shared with me almost 9 years ago that got me the success that I've gotten to today, showed me how to get to $10,000 a month in under 90 days. And that was 2015, guys. So this is 3 years later. And it's only increased every year. So if you want that recipe, definitely reach out to us. God bless each and every one of you. I believe in you. If nobody's ever given you permission to succeed, we're giving that to you now. Coach Curtis, any last words?
Yes, real quick, if like Melody said, I've helped you pretty much name it, I've helped them with it. So there's something, if there's something stopping you from your network marketing business, it doesn't have to be specific to network marketing. If anything in your life is stopping you from doing whatever you need to do, I can help you. So book that call so I can change that for you. Because once that's gone and out of the way, that obstacle, it'll help you so much better in your business. You are your business. How you perform, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be relationships, it could be whatever, health, whatever. I can help you, okay? Believe me, okay? And that will help you perform in your career, in your business, okay? Thank you so, so much. This is such a blessing that you all allowed me to be on here with you tonight.
Well, thank you. So blessed, so honored. If you want to find out what's stopping you from hitting your goals, from making your dreams come true, from living the lifestyle you and your families deserve, you need to reach out to Coach Curtis right away. God bless each and every one of you. Love you, and we'll see you on our next call.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone.
And don't forget, everyone, if you want to save the chat, click on the More button above the chat, because there's the links right in there. And then click on Save Chat. So click on the More button above the chat where you enter the chat, then click on the Save Chat. It'll download as soon as we're done with this call.
And take that action. Take that one action, everyone, right now. It could be writing it down. It could be making a call. Do something.